Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leora and I'm so glad you found me. So sweeties, today we're going to do lifestyle for a change because you know what, I have done so much beauty content and I figured, you know, it's just time for a lifestyle video sort of, you know, sneaking in, because I think we all have stuff to talk about. We all have feelings that we need to work on and to get over and all kinds of things. And there was just a recent post, and you know me so well, I get so inspired by the posts of Doll Hospital Cosmetics on Instagram, and as always in these kinds of videos I'm going to have her Instagram account linked in the description box, or at least I'm going to give you the address because linking in me is not, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to really encourage you to go over and check out that account if you have any issues in like mental health things, you know. This is the account that me personally, it's like chicken soup for the soul, you know, because you know, when I'm scrolling through my Instagram, scrolling when I'm scrolling through my Instagram account and I'm just going through the posts, and I don't do that a lot because I just don't have time, you know. I really have to sort of sneak away the time to do that. But when I'm doing it and here and there pops up a post from Doll Hospital Cosmetics, I'm always so grateful. So grateful, because usually it really hits the nail on the head, or however one says that. So today I want to talk about one of her recent posts, and again I'm going to put it up here Scoochie, and I'm going to also read it to you. So it says here, first, you must let the pain visit. Okay, then second, you must allow it to teach you, and then third, you must not allow it to overstay. And I have never heard anyone put all of that into so few words and just really nail it. This is amazing. When I saw this, I immediately said, yes, amen. And this is exactly how it is. Because usually when we have problems and when we cannot overcome problems, or when we are, I don't know, when we're stuck in a thing and we cannot find a way out, then it's usually because we skip one of those steps. You know, that is what I realized. And I'm probably, you know, sometimes I think, well, when I'm sitting here and I'm like, whoa, I'm the YouTuber and I'm going to teach you something, you know, and I'm talking about these things, and I think people must think that I'm a bit slow, or I'm a bit naive, because, you know, you guys probably know all this, but because this is my channel and I'm sharing my life here. So I had this epiphany, you know, when I saw this post, that it is really that we tend to skip steps. And that is not just in mental health and in overcoming problems, but I also see that, for example, as a mother raising my kids, you know, that they want to, and of course I did that too when I was a kid, that I wanted to, of course, when I was 10, I wanted to be 18, or, you know, skip steps and be already further ahead, and no, I don't know, stuff like that, you know. So, and that is not healthy, because we need that growth. We cannot skip from 10 years old to 18 years old. We have to be 11, and we have to be 12, and we have to be 13, and so on and so forth, because this gives us the time to grow, it gives us the time to learn, gives us the time to make mistakes, because that is also something we learn from. So going back to this post, because it is so incredible, yes, we must let the pain visit, because what do we do when we have pain? Also physical pain. We're trying to numb ourselves. We're trying to take a painkiller, whatever, and sometimes we really have to, you know. I'm not against that at all. It's just that numbing ourselves doesn't take away the source of the pain. It's just really numbing ourselves. It's the painkiller. It's not the source killer, right? If you're taking a painkiller, you're killing the pain. Yes, but that is just one of the physical signs of something not being right. It is not the source you're killing there, the source of the problem, right? So, and that is exactly also what I feel when it comes to mental health. And I'm really taking this like personal, because I'm very open, of course, here on my channel about my eating issues, my history of eating disorders. And I have to tell you that it took me years to even go there, to even recognize that there is a problem, and then in addition to that, to let the pain visit. Because just having the eating disorder is not even letting the pain visit, because really by eating the way I did or not eating the way I did or treating myself the way I did, I was actually numbing the pain. I was numbing this yearning that I had for something that I just couldn't figure out what it was. And for like I cannot even 100% now figure it out, but at least I'm letting myself go there now. And 2 years ago I started the therapy. Is it 2 years though? I think it might be more already. I don't know anymore. Time is going by so fast, isn't it? It's crazy. So I started therapy at some point when I was on the height of my eating disorder, being really on the edge of cracking. It was just super, super horrible, and I was really not in a good place anymore, and I couldn't handle it myself anymore. And then I got therapy and I got help, and she actually didn't even talk about the eating issues, and I was like, I couldn't figure out why she's not even going there. But she knew that my eating issues are just a symptom of something else. So she started digging, you know. That sounds horrible, but you know what I mean. I mean, we were talking and we were trying to like go different angles and see how I react and whatever. And then suddenly we got to a topic where I suddenly felt like, I can't address this. I cannot, you know, I don't want to talk about this. Get away from me. You know, this is really how I felt, like super big pressure here and like strangled, like I cannot. And this is when we knew this is where the source is, you know. And then we started going into this, and it was extremely painful, extremely painful. Memories coming back that I didn't even know I had, you know, because I had pushed it away because it was the painkiller. So it is very, very important in order to be able to start to heal, or to even get into the mindset of healing, you know, that we let some of it happen. Okay, I'm not saying we should like open the floodgates and let all of it crush us, because that I don't think anyone can handle that, depending on how big the problem is, you know. But I couldn't have, and I don't know, it's maybe like slow dosage increasing, you know, like inching your way towards it, that you can actually let the pain visit. But it has to be a visit, you know, that is the thing. So you must allow it to teach you. Number 2, that is also a thing, because, you know, we can't just look at our past or look at whatever happened and look at it as a fact. Or we can get completely intimidated, we can sort of shy away from it, turn our backs to it, you know. There are certain ways we can deal with problems, and how we can learn from it or ignore it or never talk about it anymore, or all of these things, you know. So what I personally learned with my history, now just really again talking about my eating disorder, of course I have other issues too, obviously, like everybody, right? We all have our issues, but that is the thing that is most public on my channel. And you know, the thing is, the second I started talking about it and not hiding it anymore, that is the moment when it stopped being scary. It stopped being scary for me personally, that I knew that it's not a secret anymore. So it sort of lost its, you know, I always felt about it like it is like a monster with like scary teeth and claws, and you know, this is how I felt about it. But the second I could address it in public and actually step out of this being like not the coward, but being scared, you know, being scared of it, that always held me back, and it made the monster grow. But the second I started talking about it and addressing it and just being open about it, and not, I don't know, not being scared anymore or getting over being scared, that is when this monster lost its claws and its scary teeth. It's still there every single day, but it's more like a hand puppet. You know, I'm not scared of it anymore. I know it's there, it's lurking like here and there, you know, it's there. And it probably always will be, but it's not scary anymore. And I feel I have grown now much, much taller than this monster was. So that is the thing, you know, we have to allow this pain to teach us. And I think by me being here on YouTube and actually, you know, over time opening up about this, because that was not my plan when I went on YouTube. I did not plan to do lifestyle videos at all, but it just was like a natural development, and it felt like a good thing for me to do and a healthy thing for me to do, even though nobody suggested it to me or anything. It was just something that grew out of me, and this is how it started to just, I don't know, it freed me, you know. So sometimes it is just really, really important that we go public, not maybe public like me on YouTube, but maybe just tell your family or to your spouse, or I don't know, so you do not have to carry this weight alone. You can maybe get valuable input. Sometimes you also, of course, get feedback that you cannot really use, you know, so you have to sift through that, and that's fine. That's life. That's part of being an adult, that you have to pick and choose, you know, what helps you, what serves you. But I feel like growing through all of this, you know, this is a main thing where we can actually turn something bad that happened to us or an issue that we have into something positive, because it also helps us then to recognize the same thing in others and help other people. All right, so let's go to the last point, and that is you must not allow it to overstay. So sweeties, that is also a thing, because sometimes the pain and the sorrow and all of that is all we have. At least that's what we think. And that is, you know, I want to compare it with something, and I want to, like, please don't take this as a judgment, okay? But I want to compare it to something. And that is something that I very, very often saw in my life as working as a registered nurse, that there were a lot of old people coming in as patients, whatever, and they were not really sick. They were not really sick, but the symptoms that they had, this is what they clawed themselves onto, because they were lonely. They wanted attention. They needed someone to take care of them, you know? So that is something where I think this is something that pain can do to us. The pain and whatever issue we have, because sometimes we feel like this is all we have right now, and that's why we're holding on to it and we cannot let go of it. And that's why also a lot of therapists cannot help you or me, because we don't really want to let go of the pain, you know? The thing is, we have to go into this knowing that at some point we will have to let go of it, and we will have to grow towards that we can actually be okay living without the pain. The space that the pain filled within ourselves has to be eventually filled with something else, something healthy, you know? That is the thing. We cannot hold on to it because we feel like we will be lonely, or we feel like nobody will love us anymore, because nobody will feel sorry for us anymore, you know? That is something I never ever wanted, that people feel sorry for me, and I hope I never came across that way, that when I speak about my issues here, that I'm like trying to get pity or something, because I'm not in that place. I'm a conqueror, I'm a survivor, and you are too, you know? So sometimes when you're a survivor, your head is still in the mud, and you're still like flat on your belly in the mud, super dirty, but yes, you have survived. The war is over. Yes, you're still lying on the floor. Yes, you're injured, but the war is over, and now you can work on getting yourself back together, slowly standing up. You know how you see it like in those war movies. I'm not a great fan of watching stuff like this, but anyway, just to like give you an example, when those soldiers or whatever, you know, they slowly start to get up when the war is over, and like they help each other up, and then they like slowly, I don't know, go off the battlefield, you know, whatever. But you can put that into yourself as your mental health, how do you say that, crutches, you know, that slowly you can get up. Sometimes you have to sit for a while before you can get up, because you're like, your head is spinning and I don't know what, and you cannot immediately get up. Nobody is expecting that from you. Nobody is expecting that you have to, from, I don't know, being injured, jump up and be happy and go like, yes, we did it. No, because you're going to be traumatized. You're going to have to get over what you just experienced, and you just have to sit, and maybe you have to find a friend who helps you up, or maybe you'll struggle yourself up, you know, and push yourself up from the ground, and maybe your legs will get stuck in the mud and you'll slip and you'll fall on your face again. But the battle is over and you have won and you are in victory and you are a survivor. So that is the thing that I want to base this whole video on, or I want this to be the thing that you take away from this, that no matter what happened to you in the past, sweeties, there is always a choice for you. There is always a choice. There is always a tomorrow. There's always another day. There is a future. And even if you cannot figure it out right now, there is a tomorrow. And just take it 1 minute at a time. Don't even take it 1 day at a time. Just say, okay, so the next 10 minutes I'm going to survive, and I'm going to focus on the next 10 minutes that I'm not going to fall in the mud again. This is how I have to do it, sweeties. Is it easy for me to eat healthy? Am I not triggered when my kids eat chocolate? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, you know, but I cannot make my kids eat my diet because I don't want them to be screwed up for life. I want them to have a normal relationship to food. I don't have that, but I still have to let my kids have a normal relationship to food, not being scared of food. I am scared of food, yes. You know, because I'm not there yet. I'm still with one leg in the mud. I'm doing okay. I'm not with my face in the mud anymore. I'm doing okay, but I'm not there yet. I haven't left the battlefield. Maybe I never will. But then again, is that so bad? No, because at least I can breathe. You know, my face is not in the mud anymore. And it was really, really deep in the mud. So I'm just saying, we just have to sort of also adjust our expectations, you know, because it doesn't work like you're muddy and dirty and injured that you're going like this and then it's like a magic spell and suddenly you're happy and sitting on a swing set and having a cocktail. You know, this is not how it works. We have to have like realistic expectations, because then again, if we don't have that, if we are not realistic about all of this, that means that we are just going to be disappointed again, which then throws us back again, and it all like triggers all kinds of toxic stuff within us, that we are failing, we can't do it, you know, all of these things will then haunt us, and that is not good, because yes, we can. We might be slow, fine, doesn't matter, but yes, we can, okay? So that is it, sweeties. We're in this together, whatever your issue is, and I just hope that this helped you a tiny little bit. You know, as always, I'm really, really nervous about these kinds of videos. I was really battling with myself to film this, even though I love this post very, very much, but I was actually going back and forth here right before I turned on the camera. Should I film my current makeup favorites, or should I film this? You know, should I film this lifestyle video? And I was like, oh, what am I gonna do, you know? Because I would have rather filmed the makeup favorites, because that is much, much easier for me to talk about. But then I felt this urge that this is the right thing to do, because sometimes when it's hard, that means that it's the right thing to do, you know? So anyway, that is what I did today. I hope you liked it, and give me your feedback, of course, in the comments down below. If you're interested in what I'm wearing on my face, it's gonna be in the description box, of course. And if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. I'm doing once in a while lifestyle videos. Most of the time I'm doing beauty content. Once in a while I'm doing a video connected to my head wraps, but most of it is really beauty content. But again, dealing with mental health issues, and also, like Doll Hospital Cosmetics, destigmatizing this whole issue is just so important to me. Ever since I started to step out of my little, I don't know where I was, you know, hiding within me, ever since I stepped out of this and felt how liberating it is, ever since then I just felt like this is what I have to do. This has to be part of my channel. And yeah, so that is what I did today. Alright, sweeties, I'm going to see you here next time for my next video, which is going to be super soon. I hope you're going to have an awesome day, and I love you so much, and I'm here to support you. I might not be always able to answer every single comment or things like this. Go find help wherever you live, okay? And we are going to sit through this, you know? We are going to work this out. We are survivors, and that is what we're doing, okay? We're not going to lean back and give up. We are survivors. All right, sweeties, this is it, really now. And I'll see you here next time. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.